Hey everyone, this is Prince Kress, and welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. In the last episode, we fought off the Sandfanger in the Great Wall of China and rescued Lance and Lily. We played some Russian glass and made our way out of Watermia, and we explored Euro and found all of the 4 red jewels we can get once we're there. So now that we've taken care of all that, and of course gotten lost trying to find the dark portal that I'm in right now, it's time to head to Mount Kress. Also known as Mount Temple or Mountain Temple, depending on how you want to look at it. So let's go! We've already got on the map thanks to us talking to those 2 old guys that we saw somewhere in town, so we should be able to get over there now. And oh boy, if you thought Moo was confusing, this one can be just as easy to get lost in. There's a strange place at the summit of Mount Kress. There are mushrooms many times bigger than me, and plant stalks are scattered around. First off, we got these little gray skulls that are moving around in sine wave patterns. Thankfully, they are easy to take out with random high-speed normal attacks, and we have 11 enemies to deal with in this first area. Of course, these aren't going to be the only enemies, and I took some dumb damage right there. Thought I could get away with that, sadly I could not. And we also have these spiders, which will also try to come after us. They'll use their web strands to come after you, and they can also spit acid. Also, in case the gray skulls go off screen or get away from you, they'll always come back. They always follow a fixed distance, but they do go pretty far sometimes. Also, it's best to use the slide on the spiders whenever you can. And I'm gonna look through the rest of this area and make sure I'm not missing any enemies. This first screen is pretty simple. As a matter of fact, it should be very easy for you to find all the enemies here. There's one more enemy, and I need to find him before I leave this room. There he is. Of course, it'd be one of the skulls that will be off screen. But we've taken care of him. We've gotten a strength point. Got a little strength boost. So now let's go over here and go all the way to the right to room 2. There is a dark portal here, and you want to get to it as soon as possible, but be sure to take out any enemies that you can before you do that. We'll also meet 2 new enemies in this section that weren't in the first one. And I will mention them when they show up, and that's one of them, the gold skulls. These guys will move back and forth, and they will shoot fireballs at our eyes. You can block them, but it's just as easy to move out of the way. Like so. Also, at this point in the game, you'll max out on dark points. And I thought I would avoid taking damage there as well. Apparently not. That acid that the spiders shoot out, it'll stay there for a while. And I can't reach that one. And you'll have to wait for it to flash out of existence before you can actually move past it. Now this one, I know for a fact I don't have to take that ramp. You could run down that one. There are some that you can just run down and you can take them, but other ones you'll have to use Will Spin Dash. You can manually walk all the way over here. I don't want to go over here yet because, well, there's still one of the 2 enemies that I have yet to meet, and I'd rather not meet him as well, because he is much harder to fight with Will. I want to take care of this spider here, and then use the spin dash to go down this ramp, and we'll be over here. And that was the other enemy. I'll explain when I fight him, but for now, let's go ahead and heal, because I've taken enough damage already, and then transform into Freedom. Now you're going to see the super-powered Dark Friar in action. Let's let loose. Press A again, and we get a spiral of 4 Dark Friar fireballs. Now, these guys that fly around with the flutes, they will summon fireballs, and they will go in 4 different directions. They can be very, very annoying, and they can be very tough to fight. Also, I want to make sure I get all the dark points that I see. Also, apparently Frieda's Reach works really well here. And you know what? I am going to have to fight him as well no matter what. Because I can't get there any other way. Because that ramp in particular, I have to use the Spin Dash. Alright, we're back to being Will. Once I take care of the enemies here, I will go back to being Frieden. And here you want to use Spin Dash. And I took out one of them, or at least tried to. And that's what I'm talking about with this guy being easier to take out with Frieden than it is with Will. Because those fireballs will make it a lot harder to move. And I'm pretty sure you don't necessarily want to deal with that. Also, the way back to the dark space is right here. And yes, I will have to heal again. So let's go ahead and get back in here. Heal up, and then change to Frieden again. Alright. We've got that taken care of, so now we have some more enemies to fight in the coming sections. We've already got the second strength bonus of this area here. So all we need to do is just run straight to the north here. You want to take the left part of this fork. You won't go anywhere if you take the right because, well, unless, I think that's a normal ramp actually. But I'd rather take the left ramp, or the left fork, in order to fight off the enemies that are here a little more easily. And look at how much damage and how much chaos that the Dark Friar has allowed for. It's really wonderful. Also, I have finally maxed out on DP. Now that we have a superpowered Dark Friar, our attacks, or at least our projectile attacks with Frieden, are rarely going to miss the mark. A matter of fact, that thing actually just bounced off that. And I don't necessarily need to pick up any more dark points now that I've completely maxed out. And I don't see myself dying anytime soon either. Now, I could go in that direction, but let's see if there's anything else that we can... No, wait, we can't. We can still fight off that skull, though. Now, believe it or not, you can go to the left where that path suddenly ends. Like, right dead north of where I'm currently standing. But we need something to do that with. And we're going to find that item that is necessary for doing so very, very soon. For now, actually, there are 2 ways that I can go. There's left and then there's right. Right is pretty much optional. You have to go left to continue on with the area. But I'd rather go here anyway, because that's where we're going to find something that we need. And I hit the enemy before the Dark Friar could, so therefore it was declared null and void by the game. And let's take care of this thing. Good. Now, here we're just basically zigzagging up and down here, using the Dark Friar to do a lot of damage to any of the skulls that get in our way. And I want to make sure that my Dark Friar is charged up before I move anywhere in this area. Because you never know when you might run into something that you might want to pummel. And we got some more enemies here. Yay. Now we could go probably down here. Nope, that just leads to another dead end. There are tons of dead ends in this area, but it's really easy to find your way around. Now we have 3 spiders to fight off. And there is also a ramp to the left. But I want to see if there's anything in here. I doubt it. We can change back to Will, but that's it. I guess you could save there in case you need to save your game for whatever reason, but that's not all. We could take that ramp left, but we can go down here and then go all the way to the left here to find something else that we need. This is the only red jewel in Mount Kress. And thankfully it is very easy to get out of your way to go get it. And once you've done that, all you have to worry about now are just fighting off enemies. And now that we're done here, we can finally take this path to the left, take the ramp, we'll bounce all the way over here. And we're pretty much right back at the where we entered from. So now we got that out of the way, we can now go this direction. And, let's see what we're doing here. Where are we? Okay. Pretty easy to get lost here. Kinda, sorta, not really. But you definitely want to make your way around the place and fight off enemies wherever you can. There's a couple right there. Alright. How many enemies do we have? We have 23 more. And we also have another chest that we need to open too. So, let's go ahead and aim northward so we can get rid of all 3 enemies here at one time. It is much easier to play through this area overall as Freedom, because you can just take care of all the enemies here in record time. And we have another... Well, we had a skull that I thought we were going to kill with that, but apparently we could not. But we were able to kill that spider. Now, you definitely want to go to the south and then west first, and then make your way up north. That way you can pretty much tell if you fought off all of the enemies here. And you definitely want to do that, because that's the easiest way to get all the enemies in this area. And I thought I would hit that skull. Timing is sort of important with this thing, but not really. And I took some dumb damage from thinking I could get past that acid when I couldn't. And by going up here, we can take on some more enemies. And you want to destroy these 2 skulls, because that will give you a shortcut back up here. That we want to keep going north. And eventually in this direction. Thankfully that was the last of the enemies, and we now have a health boost here. We have yet another hit point. We now have at least 31. And this is where you want to go. Inside is the mushroom drops. We will need this to go north at the screen we entered this area from. So without further ado, let's just take the path back and get over here. Now, we can go this way and take a little bit of a U-turn here. From here, get to this little ledge here. Wrong button again. And here's the mushroom drop. Grows plants from the ends of stalks. He tries using the water from the mushroom. He pours the mushroom water on the stems. And by doing that, we get to make ourselves a little bridge. By the way, I want to send this red jewel to Gem here. And I want to remove the will. Now, the letter from Lance and the melody from Lola, you're forced to keep no matter what. Since we have no use for the Crooks anymore, we found everything up to this point, we can discard the will. We're not going to need it anymore. And with that out of the way, we can now go north. And we have a whole new area to discover. How many enemies do we have? Well, we had 24. We got 21 now. And apparently, it splits apart when it hits an enemy, too. That's really nice. And, of course, we can take care of these flying flute guys very easily. Now that we have that. I do want to see if there's any more enemies, though. Nope, not around here. So let's go ahead and go south, take care of the spider. Take care of these guys. And we should be able to get over here. Now, if we go north from here, we're going to reach a dead end, as signified by that broken stalk at the end. We're going to need some more of those mushroom drops if we need to get any further. For now, though, let's go ahead and go east. Because this is where we're going to find another mushroom drop. Now, you want to be very, very curious around here and comb this entire area so that way you can take out all the enemies. We've already got 2 enemies down. We have 13 more to go. And, of course, we have the chest that, of course, is going to have the mushroom drops. So let's go ahead and take care of these spiders and comb more of this area to find some more enemies. There should be something over here. There should be another guy with a flute. Yep. And, of course, we've got 2 more skulls to the west, but nothing the Dark Friar can't deal with. Apparently we had 4 after all. Again, nothing to this. And we were able to heal after killing off that guy. And that guy will not have knockback if you hit him with your regular sword attack, so hit him with Dark Friar no matter what. Don't do what I did. Also, in case you are missing out on max DP and you need to get the max, some of these flute guys will have a good amount of DP to drop. Some of them will drop as many as 5. And by destroying that last skull before the mushroom drops, we have another health boost. So let's get that, and then open the chest and get the mushroom drops inside. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, we need to head back to where we entered this area from, and then go back to that stalk. Should be easy to do, right? Anyway, nope, it's not here. We gotta go a little further south and then go west where all these little mushrooms, or these, whatever these purple things are. And then we can equip the mushroom drops and use them on this little ledge here. And you can really see it mend in that section. Now, oh boy, get out of here. We could go to the west from this section, as indicated by that little ledge there where that gold skull was. But again, we're going to need some mushroom drops. So I'm going to look around for some more enemies, and apparently that's all we can do at that point. And we'll finally go north over here. And there are several spiders in this area. And I definitely want to take care of them before I go any further. How did that not even hit that spider? I was in a really good position for that. Well, anyway, it's time to wait for this acid to dissipate before we move on. And this screen in particular will get confusing. There is a ramp to the north there. Not sure I'm going to be using it. I probably will. But I do want to look around here and fight off some more enemies. And taking care of those things works very, very well. I do want to go to the west as soon as we're as south as we can go. Don't need to take that ramp, but it does help you get over here. Interestingly enough, when I watched Brysolf's Let's Play of this, he missed this entirely. Then again, he did not really have that much knowledge of the game when he played it, but he still found all the red jewels. And this is the move that he missed. You don't really need to use this move. Well, I wouldn't say wouldn't use this move, but you don't need this move in order to beat the game. But it's still rather nifty to have if you can find a use for it. This is Aura Barrier. It basically acts as a shield for freedom, and to perform it, you basically just perform the same command that you did the spin dash with Will. All you have to do is just charge up like you're doing the Dark Friar, and then press L and R. And you'll soon create these little panels that will move around you for a short time. You're pretty much invincible while you're using it. And I'm pretty sure it will take out any enemies that are in your way. But the Dark Friar does a much better job, and it'll basically one-shot everything in existence. So you're basically just going to be using that, if anything. And we are now further north here. There's a ramp. Not quite what I want to do. There's another ramp nearby. Alright. There was another ramp over here, but I believe that leads... No, that leads to another area entirely. Further to the west. It's not where the Dark Portal is. And I believe if you go over here, you'll enter some areas where the mushroom platforms are. And you definitely want to be careful here because, again, that's where the guys with the flutes that fly around will be at. And you'll also have some diagonal passages here that you'll also want to watch out for. And you can definitely use those as a sort of landmark to see if you've gone anywhere that you've already been. And I almost got hit by that thing, and I did not want to do that. Now this is where we need to be. Let's go ahead and take care of these enemies here. See if there's anything else that we can wipe out. Doesn't seem that way. Nothing in the vicinity. Let's go ahead and take this ramp. We'll bounce over here, and from here, you'll run straight north, and you'll run right into this chest. Open it, and you'll get the third and final set of mushroom drops for Mount Kress. Got what to call it. Then again, there aren't many things other than watercress that are named Kress, so you gotta forgive me there at least. And apparently this is where we need to be if we want to fight some more enemies. And more dumb damage. Great! There's another normal ramp. It'll take us over here. And we'll definitely need to go this way in order to fight off some more enemies. I believe that we should be getting close to the last of them. So let's go ahead and charge the thing up here, and then we should be good to go. Oh, we still have 2 more enemies. I'm gonna have to use my pause screen map in order to look around and find out where these... Okay, there they are. There they are. Apparently we forgot to go due south here and get that defense bonus. But there's nowhere else for us to go. So we need to find the exit. Thankfully, we're really close. All we need to do is just go over here. And now that we have the third set of mushroom drops. Apparently that was a dead end. We can use it here. Charge up that good old... Maybe I should show off the... Ooh! Apparently it does attack enemies. Good. And I can't seem to keep it around for long. Well, I guess if they get too close to you, all of a sudden you could use that. Huh. To each his own, I suppose. But you're probably going to be doing a lot of distance fighting, if you know what you're doing anyway. So, yeah, we got that out of the way. Now, we need to head over here. That leads to the final room. And there's a mushroom there, that's why we're seeing Mr. Flying Flute guy here all of a sudden. But he spawned outside of his usual area. So that's why he's over there, like, shortly after we enter this area. And we have 5 enemies left. Here's another one of him. Thankfully, we won't have to deal with enemies for much longer. And we are just mowing them down. And we have finally taken out all the enemies. There's the last bonus. Let's get over here and move all the way to the north and get what we've been looking for. This is the Teapot. The item that is rumored to either be or not be at the top of Mount Kress. Now that we're done, we have to manually make our way out, just like we did in the diamond mine. So here's what you want to do. You want to make your way all the way over here. You want to take the mushrooms back to the other side of this area. This part is easy. Now from here, you don't have to go all the normal route. Instead, you can just go all the way to this ramp and just run straight down, and you'll be over here. From here, you can just go straight north, not north, straight west, and then south to another section. We are now back in the third section that we were in. And from here, we can just take this fork again, and we really need to become Will again, because we can't leave without as freedom. We have to do it as well. And I'm going to heal up anyway, just because, before I turn back. Now that we got that out of the way, we need to head back to that fork and take the right part. Because there's no other way to get back to the beginning. So, once you're here, use the spin dash, and you'll pretty much be over here. Now that we're over here, we can go ahead and see our way out. And now we're back on the first screen. Thankfully, this part is easier than anything else. Just keep going south and east. And you're done. We can now go back to Euro City, and we should be good to go. Finally, that mess is over. There's nothing else in terms of surprises before we hit 50, so let's just go ahead and head straight back to where we were when we started our Exploring Euro. And we need to meet with Neil again. From here, you use the Teapot, equip it, use it with B. Oh, apparently you have to be near Neil in order for it to happen. Otherwise, it won't work. So you want to equip the Teapot, then use it near Neil with B. And the Spirit's tears rain down, and turns out Neil's parents are dead. Cuckoo! Soon this world will be wrapped in darkness. The previous owner of this body is now a skeleton sleeping under the shrine. Okay, that was freaky. From here, talk to Neil, and he'll be rather spooked about the whole thing. I finally realized how important my parents are to me. I wish I could have told them. Will, just leave me alone for a while. I'm ashamed to hear you talk that way. I've never seen you like this before. And we're back in the guest room. The next morning, disappointment awaits. And Neil shows up again. Good morning. Sorry about yesterday. I thought about it all night. I'm next in line to inherit this company. If I want to stop the labor trade, I have to change the company that started it. They make money on human misfortune. You're going to become the president of the company? Amazing! Stop it, you're embarrassing me. Kara, someone's come asking about you. Something about being an old friend. What? Hey, come on in. No, don't, no. Hamlet? Hamlet! Oink oink. Well, we haven't seen Hamlet in a while, and I was expecting that to be the jackal. Interesting. What happened? Are you okay? I'd like to know that myself, because how in the world can a pig get all the way here from Edmund Castle? I'm assuming that's where we saw him last. He's come all this way looking for you. Lily found him in Watermea and sent him by Rolex delivery service. He made his way all his way to Watermea, and then Lily mailed him over here like it was nothing. Even if I'm losing my traveling companions, my allies are increasing. Take care, everyone. I just don't understand women. Oink oink. To the west of here are the ruins of Angkor Wat. This is where the laborer's home is located. Let's go! And of course you have to talk to Kara in order to advance the plot here. So let's go ahead and head straight to Angkor Wat. Of course, when we do that, we won't stop over there right away. We'll actually stop in the natives' village and see what's going on over there. We finally get to see what's going on that all the laborers that we've talked to in the game have been talking about, and we get to see what's going on and see if we can fix it. It's as hot as the tropics! I see the world tilted, my eyes blurred. There's nothing we can do. Let's stay in this village today. And with that, all three of these people will head to this hut. You want to go to this hut first and look in this jar here. Press A. You found the red jewel. There are a lot of red jewels in this next section. In Natives Village and Angkor Wat. Including this one, there are 6 in all, I believe. And you'll want to find all of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this thing free. Let it go to Gem. And we'll also go ahead and use this dark portal to save the game here. And of course, we'll continue our journey in the next video. So, join me next time where I check out what's going on in the natives village and eventually head to Angkor Wat. So until then, this is Prince Kress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!